What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Sub Urban Nerd. This is a channel I give my nerd reviews on today's nerd news. And I know it's been a long time. It's been like I've been, busy with work, this job. It's just been dragging me dry. Plus, I've been using some of my time to actually write and edit my book that I've talked about a couple times. But this ain't about me. This is a review on Hellboy. Hellboy, this new iteration for the 2019. It's not a sequel. It's more of a reboot. And yes, Ron Perlman did give his blessings. Now this movie, before I even got to see it, I saw a lot of bad reviews. Rotten Tomatoes got this thing at like 11%. So I went in with low expectations. But I'm gonna tell you like this. It was okay to me. Now normally I tell you if I like it or I don't like it, but it was okay to me because my expectations were so low that this thing did not come out horrible to me. Now, I watched the movie, and granted, I'll give my grade at the end of the review, but this movie had some things going for it. I did like David Harbour's, and if you guys don't know, this movie's starring David Harbour from small super. What is it's called? Stranger Things. I'm thinking small. So Stranger Things, the cop sheriff from Stranger Things, David Harbour, and he does play pretty good Hellboy. Along with that, you've got Ian McShane as his father. You've got Sasha Lane, who's supposed to be like his best friend. Mila Jovovich is the Death Queen, and you've got Daeon Dae Kim, who's I guess a were-cheater or panther, something like that. Now, the chemistry between these characters, it's okay. There's some plot points that were kind of forced in there just to explain what the relationship is, where it's like, okay, that story's kind of weird. Like, there was this one, I'll just give an example. Like, forget spoiling, because at this point, you just want to see. There's this point where the backstory of a friend, when she was a baby, she got kidnapped and replaced with a changeling. The parents called Hellboy in because they knew that wasn't their kid. He picked up the baby because he knew he put like iron near it, so that's how he knew it wasn't a baby. It's a changeling. And he took the changeling, lifted it up, and then tried to run away. He grabbed it with some iron tongs or whatever, and then it kicked him or did something, and it ran away. And while it was running away, he yelled, "You better bring the baby back! You better just get back!" Yeah, and then started cursing at him. So apparently, that's all you got to do for these things to bring it back, because if the changelings find out, and because the baby was replaced by a fairy, like a fairy's a badness thing, by a fairy and replaced with a changeling, I guess if you find out it's a changeling, touch it with iron, and then curse it when it runs away, they're automatically obligated to bring back your baby, because that's what happens. And that was where I was confused, like, what is the lore, the logic to this thing? And granted, watching this whole movie, all I kept thinking was like, I wonder what Guillermo del Toro's his vision would have been, because he was supposed to do the sequel. He was supposed to do the third movie in the trilogy, but apparently his budget was getting way too high. Because the Hellboy movies, as good as we like them, as good as they are, they weren't bringing back what they were bringing back was diminishing returns. So I understand why the studios, they didn't want to go with Guillermo's version that was like $200 million, because they knew they weren't gonna make that back. This one, you could see where they sort of cheaped out, because some of the CG was just, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. There was some CG that was okay, but then there was a lot that was like, okay, I could see this on TV, I could see this on Sci-Fi Network. But the prosthetics that David Harbour was wearing as Hellboy, he looked good. In fact, I liked the way he looked better than Ron Perlman. Only thing is, the charm of the original Hellboy was sort of missing here, because the charm of Ron Perlman, the way he was Hellboy, it was a little bit more lighthearted. This one is a little bit more gruff, and he seemed whiny at points. Like, he was like, "What's this point? What's to this? Why? And it's like, okay, like you're acting like a child. You're not a child. You're a demon. You're a man, and you're not even like a 20 or you're how old are you? Like 40 or something? So you're acting like a child, and you're like so powerful. So there was some things that like kind of had me like iffy about it. The end, the fighting, the things that happened at the end, there's some things that were predictable. When you're watching it, you kind of knew this was gonna come. You knew when they were gonna show the Panther. You're like, okay, they're gonna save it for all the way at the end. Sometimes they show it earlier, but they're gonna save the reveal for it to end, but it's not a reveal. I already knew what it was. But the movie overall, it was okay. It wasn't horrible, because there's been some horrible movies to me that just damn right like just don't make sense, that some people love. But this one apparently is like one that a lot of people are giving kind of slack to, and they don't find it that appealing to them. But to me, it wasn't that bad. That being said, the grade I will give this movie is a C. Now, I'm not gonna give it a C+, but my grades as far as it's a C because it wasn't a horrible movie, but there's a lot that it could have improved on. Story-wise, the story could have been a little bit better. The visuals definitely could have been some better. But I did like David Harbour as Hellboy, even though he was whiny at some points. And I did like his father. The relationship between him and his father, Ian McShane, it worked for me. And the visuals, though, like I said, at some points it's CG, but there was some points where you definitely liked it. You can see they were trying to get the essence of the Guillermo del Toro's version, but it just didn't. It kind of fell short. Now, the reason I didn't give it a D is because, as far as watching the movie, I still was entertained in a way. It was okay. It wasn't something that like I'd go over and watch over and over, but at the same time, I wasn't like, oh man, can't wait to get out of this movie. I was still kind of invested in the characters, and that's why I give it like a C. Now, I could give it a D+, but I'm just gonna be nice and sort of give it a C because I like David Harbour, and I'm looking forward to see him in Stranger Things 3 season 3. I know that might be biased, but hey, that's me. That's what I feel, and I liked him. I liked the way Hellboy looked in this. So, that being said, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this review, if you guys watched the review, because I tried to see other people's reviews. I didn't see anyone. I guess it wasn't worth their time to review this movie, but that's what I'm doing. So remember, I'm gonna try and do some more videos. I'm gonna try and keep back up and get back on the grind making these videos, because I used to make like 10 a week, and I'm down to like almost like 3 a month. So I've got a bunch of things. I got figures that I'm gonna be opening, like unboxing. I've got the weekly news reviews that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna get back on it because I feel sorry, but that I gotta come back for you guys. So that's it. Thank you. Remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Urban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next review.